Hey everybody, it is Dave coming back at you, Remax Signature here in the Valley of the Sun. One of the topics that we have to cover is, all joking aside, it's just fear. And so, I joined the Army at 17. I left home, ended up over in Europe for a couple of years. Was there fear involved in that? Without question. Then I started jumping out of airplanes. Was there fear involved in that? Nope, too stupid to be scared of that one. But then I started hanging out with Marines and realized they don't fear anything because, they eat crayons and stuff like that.
These two.
But one of the biggest things we know people are afraid of is A, rejection, and then B, the unknown. When you're buying your first home, everybody is scared to death to even look into it because they're scared to death they're going to be rejected for a mortgage, or they're just scared of what this whole process is. This is stuff that mom and dads do. It's not stuff that a 22-year-old do. And oh, by the way, when we're done filming today, I'm actually going out and showing homes to a couple who are 22 and 23 that you're taking care of. So let's talk about overcoming fear,
a clap, though.
Whether it's fear of rejection from a mortgage or whatever. The number one way in my mind to overcome fear is to learn a little bit.
Yeah.
So how do we educate our people?
It's surrounding yourself with the right people who have done it, and leaning into that fear and being open about the fear. We've been all in this industry collectively for a long time. And we see a lot of justification or regret. And the reason why we're bringing this up right now is because we see so much regret, more regret than there is success stories.
Absolutely. But the fear is of rejection most of the time. I can't get a mortgage. I don't make enough money. I don't have enough down payment, things like that. So for me, my biggest driver is education. Okay. I was a podium instructor in the Army. I really thrive on educating people. When we did our first time homebuyer seminar, it was not only educating about the mortgage process and the home buying process and the home inspection process. We have fun with it. We did this at Total Wine. We started educating about teach people that, okay, you've got a 50% debt to income ratio, you've got 2 car payments, you've got a student loan. How do we teach them how we move them forward?
How do we teach it is first we have to develop a baseline. Where are you at as of right this second? And it's about making sure you're having that conversation with human beings. If you go online, if you go just type in stuff, you're never going to get the correct information because it may not be applicable to you specifically. And so what we need to do, or what you need to do, or anybody wondering, is develop a baseline. And that means having one of Dave's lenders look at your financial profile and say, okay, where are your assets as of today? Where's your income as of today? Where's your credit as of today? And 2 things will happen. And jump in anytime, Joey. But 2 things will happen. You'll either be ready to go, where Dave's gonna say, all right, you guys can buy a house at any point you want. Now, when is the time ready for you? Or number 2, you're not gonna be there quite yet. But the fact that we know that now is we can develop a plan of how to get to a point of being able to qualify. And a good example could be credit, right? Give us a good example of credit situations.
For sure. I mean, we have great credit repair people that we work with. I have a veteran who closed this past 2 months ago. David. Same name. Love it.
No, Dave.
Purely coincidence.
That just happens to be the dude's name. But he came to me a year ago, and not the best credit in the world, okay? But I also am able to read the report and be like, dude, you're not far off. So I set him up with a credit counselor, and once I talked to him, I felt confident that he had made enough progress. I was like, you know what? Let's repull this thing. We repulled credit. All the issues are gone. Able to issue the pre-approval, okay? Bought the house 2 months ago, and guys, like, what a feeling that is to go from believing that you can't to being shown the light at the end of the tunnel, then running through the freaking tunnel and walking into your new house.
And see, here's where it really comes into play. Folks, if you think, you don't know, you think you're not qualified, at that point you're not, because mentally you're just not there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But when you allow one of these guys to sit down and say, okay, you've got this credit card, this car payment, whatever the case may be, and without knowing a true battle plan, your answer may be, I'm going to pay off my credit card.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not necessarily the right thing to do, because that credit card you may have had for 10 years, that's established credit, and you may have just lowered your credit score by paying off your credit card.
Or, I mean, what if you had 3 other things you could have paid off for the same amount that affected your debt to income ratio much better than just that one credit card? There's so many times where people try to fix their issues themselves without actually fixing it in the most productive way possible to help them purchase a home. So the key is sitting down and having your profile reviewed, whether it's credit, whether it's credit card debts, whether it's anything. It could just be, hey, saving a few more $1,000s. Mm-hmm. But you need a professional to inform you, consult you, and guide you to where you need to go. But the only way to do it is if you check where you are as of today.
So, baseline. Listen, they do it in the medical world all day long. When you join the service, when you go and you start having, bodybuilders, they baseline. They know where their starting point is. That's what we have to do with you. Now, the other great fear is, of course, I'm going to be rejected. And that is, I'm trying to buy a home and the seller rejects my offer. Does that ever happen? Look, RE/MAX, Realtor, it happens all the time, okay? There's 5 different families that are applying for that same house. They're trying to buy that same house. Yours may not be the offer that's accepted. Sometimes it's personal. 99.9% of the time, it's not. I will tell you, we all have that weird client that goes out and finds that person that's trying to buy their home on social media, and they see differences of opinion, and they're like,
oh, God,
I don't want to sell my house to that person. Does it happen? Without question. Do we as professional agents ever encourage or allow that? Absolutely. I tell my people, you will never meet the buyer. It's just not right. Now, there are other states. There are states that literally still today will have buyer on one side of the table, seller on the other. They pass keys after everybody signs documents. That is antiquated. We don't want to see that kind of stuff happening. There should never be a time my buyers and my sellers ever meet each other.
Illinois does it all the time.
What's again?
Illinois does that.
Oh, yeah. It blows my mind that people allow this to happen today. If my veterans, you guys know, we've changed promotion policies right now, so we no longer have a DA official photo because there's prejudice that are ingrained in people. So you have to overcome these things. So fear of rejection is big. Fear of financials is big. I mean, probably the 2 biggest ones that we encounter.
I mean, if you're worried that you're going to get rejected for a mortgage because you don't have 20% to put down, I mean, you're taking yourself out of the game because you don't have the right information.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. So,
hey, listen, if you're married, you got accepted at least once. Just keep that in the back of your mind, right?
Exactly. There you go.
We've all been rejected at least
I live
once.
for rejection. That's like my
Tell
favorite.
yourself that when you're getting pre-qualified.
Hey, guys. Give me a call. I promise you, if I don't accept your phone call, you'll at least get a text message back saying I'm on the phone with somebody else. Don't fear rejection. I'm here. I want to help. These guys want to help. Let's get you past your fear and let's get you moving forward, get you in a home, and let's get you wealthy.